Wait for a moment because what I'm about to say may shock you, but it could also save your memory and your physical strength. If lately you've been feeling more forgetful, your legs feel weaker, or every morning you need a few minutes just to get yourself together, don't rush to blame aging. This could be an early warning from your body, one that most people completely ignore. I want you to ask yourself one question. Why do memory and strength decline at the same time? Why does the mind become foggy while the legs grow weaker? The answer is not natural aging, as you may have believed. The truth is, there is a forgotten vitamin, one that more than 70% of people over 60 are deficient in, and its absence silently weakens both the brain and the muscles every single day. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the hidden connection between memory, nerves, and leg strength, and why simply understanding this can help you recover far more than you imagine. Watch this video till the end, because it'll share the simplest way for you to start making a change tonight. And here's something most people never realize. B12 deficiency doesn't happen only because you don't eat enough. It often comes from everyday habits that seem harmless. From what I've seen over more than 20 years of working with people over 60, these three habits are the most common reasons why B12 deficiency becomes more severe, weakening both memory and muscle strength at the same time. First, eating less in the name of staying healthy. Many older adults reduce their portions, eat less meat, fewer eggs, and less fish because they're afraid of fat and cholesterol. What they don't realize is that vitamin B12 is found almost exclusively in animal foods. When they eat less, they're not just cutting calories, they're cutting off the nutrients that feed the nervous system. The result? Slower reflexes, weaker legs, and declining memory. Second, overusing stomach medications. Acid-reducing drugs for reflux like omeprazole, esomeprazole, and even metformin, a very common diabetes medication, interfere with B12 absorption. Many of my patients have taken these for years without anyone warning them. When stomach acid is reduced, the body can't separate B12 from food, leading to a deficiency that develops silently over many years. Third, replacing main meals with soft, sweet, or processed foods. When teeth are weak or digestion is poor, many people switch to porridge, soups, white bread, or biscuits. These foods are easy to eat but contain almost no B12, and they do not nourish the muscles or the brain. Over time, the legs grow weak, memory worsens, and people assume, I'm just getting old. But in reality, the nervous system is being starved. The scary part is that all three habits are extremely common and happen unconsciously. They push the body into a deeper and deeper B12 deficiency, weakening nerve fibers, reducing muscle strength, and slowing brain function day by day. In the next section, it'll show you how to break out of this cycle and start restoring your energy from within, following the body's natural biological mechanisms. So keep watching, and because these mistaken habits create the deficiency in the first place, we must understand the true role of vitamin B12 so we can see why, when it's lacking, both the brain and the muscles weaken at the same time. And this is the part that may truly surprise you. Vitamin B12 is not just a nutritional vitamin, it is the electrobiological bridge between your brain and your muscles. Imagine your body as a highly sophisticated electrical system. The brain is the control center, and the nerves are the cables that carry signals to every muscle group. For these signals to travel fast, clearly, and without noise, the nerves need an insulating layer called myelin. And vitamin B12 is the raw material used to build and maintain that protective layer. When B12 is low, the myelin layer becomes thinner. Nerves transmit signals more slowly. The brain sends commands, but the muscles don't respond in time. Muscle fibers become weak, shaky, and tire easily. Memory declines. Concentration becomes poor. You start feeling heavy-legged, slow in the head, and tired for no clear reason. In other words, when B12 is lacking, it's like the brain is sending messages, but the nerves cannot deliver them properly. Not only that, B12 is directly involved in the production of red blood cells, the cells that carry oxygen in your blood. If B12 is low, the body produces fewer red blood cells. The muscles receive less oxygen. You feel easily tired, weak, and unsteady on your feet. That is why, all at the same time, you may feel muscle weakness, dizziness, poor balance, declining memory, tingling or numbness in hands and feet, long-lasting fatigue, even when you sleep enough. All of this comes back to one simple truth. your nervous system no longer has the fuel it needs to run properly. And the good news is, the nervous system can recover surprisingly fast when B12 is restored in the right way. Myelin can be rebuilt, nerve signals flow more smoothly, muscles respond faster, and the mind becomes clearer again. If we go a bit deeper, you'll see that B12 works like a silent maintenance engineer of the body. It is involved in methylation, a key biological process that helps repair DNA, protect nerve cells from damage, and keep neural connections stable. When B12 is low, levels of homocysteine in the blood tend to rise, which can damage the tiny blood vessels that supply the brain and muscles. This leads to poorer circulation and more frequent feelings of heavy head and heavy legs. Because of this, many people are mislabeled as having poor brain circulation, spine degeneration, or just old age. While the root problem, B12 deficiency, is overlooked, but when B12 is supplied adequately and correctly, together with proper diet, digestion, and absorption, the body often starts to switch back on. Tingling gradually reduces, steps become steadier, the mind feels less blank, and morning energy clearly improves. The important point is that this is not magic, it is simply your natural biology working again, once the nervous system finally receives the fuel it has been missing for years. You will understand this even more clearly in the next part, when I share a real story of a patient whose life changed simply by correcting their B12 levels. But before we move on, if you're watching this video and finding the information useful, comment number 1 and share this with anyone over 60. If you didn't like it, just leave a 0. I still appreciate you for watching till here. Stay with me, because the next section is extremely important. As you saw in the previous part, when B12 becomes deficient, the entire brain muscle system weakens at the same time. But here is the most important part. Your body has an incredible ability to recover when B12 is restored correctly. So how do you regain clarity, strength, balance, and the energy you feel you've lost? We will now look at the 3 core solutions that I call supplement right, eat right, care right. Solution 1. Supplement correctly at the right time. Not everyone needs tablets, but many people over 60 cannot absorb B12 from food because stomach acid decreases or because they take acid-reducing medicines. That's why the first and most important step is a blood test. If you are deficient, your doctor will prescribe the right form of B12, tablets, sublingual drops, or injections for those with poor absorption. One crucial rule: do not guess the dose yourself. B12 is very safe, but to rebuild myelin and repair the nervous system, you need the right form, right dose, and right timing. Solution 2. Eat the right B12-rich foods. Include daily fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, eggs, especially the yolk lean, easy-to-digest meats, yogurt, and kefir, or B12 fortified foods if you are vegetarian. When added consistently to your main meals, these foods help stabilize neural energy, improve muscle strength, and sharpen mental clarity. Solution 3. Care the right way. Support your nerves and circulation. Your body doesn't just need B12, it also needs strong circulation and oxygen flow to deliver B12 to the right places. So, take a gentle 15-20-minute walk every morning, stretch your legs in the evening, elevate your legs for 3-5 minutes before sleep. Sleep early so your myelin can regenerate. These small habits speed up nerve recovery, improve balance, reduce numbness, and help your body use B12 more effectively. When these 3 principles come together, supplement right, eat right, care right, the nervous system begins to switch back on, and you will notice meaningful improvements week by week. A real-life example, a case from Bengaluru, India. Let me share with you the story of Mrs. Meera, a 72-year-old woman living in Indiranagar, Bengaluru. She came to see me deeply worried, convinced that she was entering the early stages of Alzheimer's disease. She had been experiencing forgetfulness, poor balance, weak legs, trembling after walking for a while, a low, dull mood with very little energy. Her family was extremely distressed. But after a detailed examination and a blood test, we discovered that Mrs. Meera had a severe vitamin B12 deficiency, a condition that can mimic the symptoms of Alzheimer's and muscle degeneration. We created a recovery plan, structured B12 supplementation, adding B12-rich foods into all 3 meals, adjusting the stomach medication that blocked absorption, taking a gentle 10-15-minute walk every morning in the neighborhood park, elevating her legs for a few minutes before bed, After 2, 3, and months, the transformation was remarkable. Her memory improved noticeably. Her walking became steady. Her legs grew stronger with far less trembling. Her mood brightened, and she became more active. She returned to gardening, cooking, and reading things she once believed she had lost forever. She looked at me one day and said, "Doctor, it feels like my body has switched back on." This is powerful proof that when the body receives the right nutrients at the right time, its ability to recover is far greater than most people imagine. And the best part is that this healing begins with small, simple steps that anyone can adopt. If you found this helpful, hit like, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe so you don't miss the next videos on healthy aging. Thank you for watching till the end. Your journey to protect your memory and strength starts today.